And welcome into In-Game Chat for Saturday, May 21st, 2022. It is Season 16, Episode 17. And I'm Scott.
I'm RJ.
And I'm Matt.
Hey, Matt's back. Yeah, we're all back, really. We didn't do a show last weekend. Was feeling... I wasn't really feeling under the weather, but there's just something felt off.
No energy.
No, yeah, there was absolutely no energy.
Yeah.
And I took precaution... And I took a home COVID test, and then I went to the doctor and took a COVID test. Everything was negative. And so, yeah.
Some days you just feel that way.
Oh, it was going on for a few days, actually. It was about a week of just...
I had a seasonal, seasonal.
Just no energy. Just nothing. Didn't feel... It was just horrible.
Well, welcome back, at least.
I know, yeah. I don't know what it was. I don't know what the deal was or why it happened, but I'm better now. So, but just to let you know, we will not be doing a show next week. It's holiday over here, Memorial Day, and so we will not be doing a show next weekend. So, I have a replay for you, but we're doing a show now, and Matt's here with us as well, and it's great to see all you guys back. Thank you so much. If you want to get in touch with us, our phone number is 334-272-9228. You can check out InGameChat.net for all the links to get in touch with us. You can find us on Twitter at InGameChat. You can also find us on Facebook there as well. You can email us, everyone, at InGameChat.net. We are streaming right now on Twitch. Go to twitch.tv. Type in InGameChat. You can find us there. Go to our website. Go all the way to the bottom, and you will find links there to take you right to our channel so that you can watch the show live. And join us in the chat room. Live while we broadcast. Don't forget we're on Discord as well. In fact, let me unmute that so that if anybody joins in, they can talk to us. But yeah, we are on Discord. Again, there is a link on our website to our Discord. You go in there, pop into the channel. You can talk to us on the air, just like you're talking to us on the phone through here. It's really, really cool. Anyway, welcome back, everybody. And Matt, it's been a while, so let's give you first crack at it. What have you been playing for the past 3 months?
Most recently, I since the Halo series came out on Paramount Plus, I gotta burr up my keister and decide to do the whole Master Chief Collection. So I started with Reach, and so you went chronologically? Yeah, I went chronologically.
Okay. Which I think is really only that one, right?
Yeah.
Reach is which came at the end. Now comes at the beginning, at least of the Bungie tenure.
Yeah.
Of the old Bungie tenure.
Because it does Reach 1, 2, 3, ODST, then 4.
Right. Yeah.
And I just finished out today all of it. I finished 4 today. I've played all of them except for 4 before. So this is my first time playing 4.
I have not. Yeah, I haven't played 4 either. I have not played 4 or 5. Or was there a 5 or was it
Infinity?
Legend? Infinity. Yeah. I haven't played any of them. Anything past ODST, I have not played. Well, Reach, obviously.
Yeah.
But anything after
Reach,
the main Bungie guys.
So that's just 2 games.
Well, yeah. I guess so. Is it 4 and
4 than Infinity?
Is that right? I thought there was one between. I thought there was a 5. There was no 5?
No.
What's the one that's out now? Infinity?
Infinity.
Huh. I could have sworn there was a Halo 5 or Halo Legends or Halo something.
Yeah.
You sure?
I'm pretty positive.
You probably are, since you just did it.
Yeah.
And they just did the Master Chief Collection, which was all of them, minus of course like the Halo Wars.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
You know,
got
they had two of
Yeah,
them.
hey, there was a Halo 5.
There was.
Halo 5 Guardians. Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, Scott,
Well,
did you
never
clap?
I haven't clapped yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make sure.
No, there was. Yeah, there was. There was Halo 5. So it was Halo
All right.
4, Halo 5, then Halo Infinity.
well then I guess I have
You
one more.
missed one.
It didn't come with a thing. I
No,
don't
it
know
didn't.
If it's out on Steam or not. I'll have to look on that.
Hang on. Let's see. I have it pulled up right here.
While you're looking that up,
Platform is just Xbox One. That's interesting. I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm very surprised by that.
Well, I did not know about that. Okay.
Halo 5 PC. Let's see if that's... There are no plans. This is November 23rd of last year. There are no plans to bring Halo 5 to PC.
Bang. Well, so I guess I won't be playing that.
I guess you won't. Yeah.
Real quick, Nabokov asked me about my shirt, asking if it's a Lego Joker shirt. It is actually the Montgomery Kimchis, our baseball team, minor league. It's normally the Biscuits, but when we have Korean appreciation, they change the name to the Kimchis. So I got.
That's right. Yeah. They had that this year. Yeah.
So yeah, Halo Master Chief. That's been the big thing that I've been going through just on my own. While I was in, I got back not that long ago I was up in Jersey for a couple months.
Mm-hmm.
While I was up there, I got a Oculus Quest 2.
Nice.
Because I was missing my VR, and that's portable VR.
Isn't it nice? Isn't it nice
kinda,
just to not have...
I mean, I still use my Rift S on my PC because I'll do that with like PC stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But just to be able to I'm out away and let me just throw on and beep 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 So I got the Resident Evil 4 and I beat that all the way through.
Nice.
A couple times. I got the Tales from the Galaxy's Edge, of course.
Did you already do the new user thing where you get $30 and the referral gets $30 in game credit?
No, I didn't know about that.
We'll set you up.
All
I'll
right.
get you set up so we can make that happen, man.
Sweet, sweet.
You will have to, at this point, I don't know, when did you pick it up?
I got, I don't know, maybe like February?
Okay. You will have to do a reset on your system. You will not lose your games or anything like that.
Okay.
You kind of have to start fresh with it. It has to think before you activate the headset and link it to your account, you have to go through the referral link that you get. So that way you'll get the $30 in store credit, and I'll get the $30 in store credit, or whoever gives you the link. And
Okay.
Of course, I'm aiming for that.
Yeah.
It was great because around the holidays, around Christmas holidays or something, I put something on my Facebook page. I was like, if you guys got a Rift for Christmas, I can get you some extra money.
One of my, well, that's actually good to know because one of my friends down in Florida, Shell, she's getting one for her son. And she was asking me about it. She's like, I was thinking about blah, blah, and I'm going to pick one up for my son. And now that I know that, I'll be like, hey, I could give you this link. Here's $30 on
Right?
the
Yeah, you can. I say 30, but over the holidays and sometimes they do $60.
Really?
Yes.
Well,
And I am checking now to see what my notification stuff is telling me here.
I'll have to do that. Also, I've been playing a lot of Arma with Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
Been enjoying that one a lot.
Oh, it's a mystery reward.
Oh.
You will get something between $30 and $100
30 would have been fine.
in store credit.
Like 30 would be fine. Up to 100, even better.
Yeah. You can earn up to $600 in credit per month.
Jeez. But you got to refer 6 people. Theoretically.
That's if everybody gets the
everyone
$100.
gets 100, yeah.
$100. It's not the, yeah.
Chances of that, yeah. But all right, cool. That's interesting.
Yeah, it is. I'm looking at the store now. I'm trying to say, what do they have here? Okay. There's Little Cities. I've heard good things about that. I'm seeing what is the deal of the day today.
Because I know I got, on it, I got the Tetris Effect, which is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Got some groovy beats on that one.
That's another one of those titles I picked up and I haven't started playing yet.
Okay.
Yeah, but I got it.
I don't see a daily deal. I don't see a deal of the day.
And also, since I picked up the Vader Immortal for my Rift, it was already tied to my account, so I was able to just pull that over, and I had those games, which was nice.
Good.
I picked up a boxing game too. For the Love
Which
of the
one?
Fight, I think.
Is that the one with the yellow
Yes.
background? Yeah. Because there's two. There's the Creed
No,
thing,
it's
and then there's
For the Love of the Fight. Man, that thing was a
I have that one
workout.
too. I haven't played it yet.
After a couple of rounds, it was like steaming up in my headset and everything because you start sweating into that, because you're moving. My shoulders I'm feeling it. I'm like, okay, this is a little bit of a workout. So that was a lot of fun.
I'm trying to see what my
And Beat Saber, I got Beat
Yeah.
Saber.
trying to find my library.
How good were you doing in that? Not very.
I'm still learning.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. My library.
So what's the difficult part of that for you?
But just when they start coming at real fast and trying to remember, all right, up, down, left, it's like with any of the rhythm games like Dance Dance or all of them when they start falling really quick.
DDR, not like that, but the one that gave me a trouble starting out, real trouble, was Beat Mania.
Okay.
That was the one with the 7 keys and the turntable.
Oh, wow, yeah.
And you have to look on screen. That's one. It's like typing. Some things you can't. I can look at a screen and type. Look at the keyboard and be fine.
Yeah, because you know
what the things are generally, but I have to look at it. I'm a look typist, but Beat Mania, you can't look. It's not possible. You can't look at the keys on your controller and things on the screen. Your eyes have to be focused on that screen at all times. So that was a difficulty for me trying to get through that. I mean, with practice, it'll come to you, but that first initial week of playing, that was a heck of a lot of adjusting I had to do.
You know which one of those rhythm games I missed that I love the music for?
What was that?
Busted Groove.
Oh, yeah. Soundtrack is very good in
That
that
was a
that
great
game.
soundtrack. It was just like, I used to actually just listen to that in my car.
Yeah.
And just just dancing.
All types of genres in there.
Oh, yeah.
Big swing band, big brass,
Techno,
J-pop,
whatever, just
all types of stuff in there, yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. Mm-hmm. Let's see, what else? For the guys in the camera, I showed Scott and RJ, but everybody out there watching, I got my Steam Deck in, and yes, it is that massive. This thing,
It's very big.
It's like RJ
Game
put it
Gear.
right. It's a huge game gear.
Yeah.
It's a biggie. It's a
Yeah.
big one. I got the middle range one, the 256.
Yeah.
But I'm just gonna get like a 500, whatever gig SD card, and just throw that in there.
Yeah.
I figured, all right, that makes it easy. Get like a really high speed one. You could just, swap them out. So far, I really like it.
Yeah, you've only had it for how long? A day?
I did. I got it.
Yeah.
I came home from work yesterday, and it was there, and I'm like, oh, hey.
Yeah, it is. It's big. It is a big machine.
I do like the haptics on the little track pads. As I'm moving my fingers around it,
I didn't get a chance really to sit around with it too long because we were trying to get on the air.
Yeah, go ahead and.
Or trying to get everything settled here.
Yeah, go ahead and,
I mean, I
I'll
had
talk.
gigantic hands.
Yeah, it's like the Duke version of the controller. But yeah, so
12 by 5 by 2.
Now I wish I had brought the Switch just so we could do a
do a
comparison.
Good point.
Just to see what
It is definitely bigger than a Switch.
Yeah. Like I was saying here, the dimensions are about 12 by 5 by 2 inches for the dimensions of the Steam Deck.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And yeah, you could get a dock for it and everything, plug it into a TV, which I'll probably get the dock later. Because, for traveling and everything, just throw that into a TV and to be able to, have a gamepad and just.
Yeah.
Let's see.
So, see, 2 analog sticks, 2 left
D-pad,
button, right button, D-pad, triggers.
touchscreen.
touchscreen.
And the 4.
And the four finger
panels,
finger pads, whatever.
Yeah.
You gotta put a little pressure on them.
Okay.
They're a little to click in there. You're like, let me get my meaty hands in that.
Does it feel like it'll loosen up over time, or is it just like?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I want it to. I kind of like a nice, compact and.
Yeah. So if you hit it, you better mean it.
Yeah.
When you hit
Of
it.
course,
Okay,
you
yeah.
have Monkey Island installed.
Of course. Oh, you're looking at my installed games?
Well, I just turned it on just
Yeah.
to see just to see how it feels with the. Oops, I hit a button back here. Oh no! I do not wish to play that.
The B button is back.
Yeah, I got
as
that.
with most things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just messing around. Let's see.
Yeah.
There's all games. Great on deck.
Yeah. So they have games like your library kind of sort of sorted into different categories. One of them is stuff that they know will work on the Steam Deck. You know, those are I think I have 117 games out of my library of 600 and however much that they know 100%. Hey, this will work perfectly.
Yeah.
Then the other one is this will work, but we're still might have some issues.
This, but with bugs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Or it might be a little bit different for the pad, the trackpads, or for whatever reason.
Yeah.
They have one. A lot of them just not tested yet. They don't know out of my library. We haven't tested it yet, so we're not sure. And then there's the fourth category of just unsupported.
Yeah.
A lot of my VR games, I guess, are like that.
I guess the third category sounds like play it and let us know.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Some of the ones that I did install, some of the ones I think Chrono Trigger was unsure. It works fine so far.
Yeah, think about Steam is on PC, so you got basically a analog controller in your hands using this thing. So yeah, it's wasn't really meant for that, but it'll work. But you may have some issues with control or whatever.
Yeah. Well, they're developing a dock for it, right? That'll
you
put in just like a Switch. Put that in there, and it shows up on your TV screen. God, it's massive. Just gigantic.
It's a big one.
Yeah,
but not real heavy.
No,
not real heavy.
I tried to launch a game,
I guess because Game Gear has had those big batteries in there. That's what did it. So yeah, I can see that. I can see it with that now.
I'm guessing you need to hook it up to the internet in order for you. It did. Well, it may need to verify or something. I don't know.
I haven't tried it without
internet connection.
I might have to do that during the commercial break.
So it may not work without an internet connection if you're.
Which would be interesting.
That would be interesting, unless you can tell it to play offline. It didn't give me the option.
I haven't really looked into it.
I tried to launch PacMan Championship Edition.
Oh yeah, okay.
I figured I'd let you guys talk for 5 minutes while I play a quick one.
Heck yeah.
No, I was, you should, just to see, does it,
if nothing else, just tether it to my phone and do it that way.
Oh, no, you could use the Wi-Fi here. It's not a problem. But
if I'm not here.
But I am more curious to see, does it run, or is there a way for you to tell it, look, I'd like to play these games in offline mode, or will it let you?
I'll have to find out.
That's interesting. I'm curious about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's such a fat, just a big boy, Are you going
to keep because I know you have yours on pre-order.
I mean, I haven't
next quarter.
It's Q3 when it comes in, and so
so that's next quarter, man.
I'm still on the fence about it, only for the fact that I knew what would happen is I saw articles saying here's 5 ways you can improve blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And they're not saying what exists now is bad. It's just now that we've had some time with it, here's a few little things they can do to make it better.
Yeah.
And so
you might wait for Steam Deck 2?
I might,
If they do a second.
That's true. It's not.
I mean, how's that Steam controller 2?
I know they haven't done a second version of any of their
hardware
stuff. Not even the VR.
No, that's still just on its own.
I know. So I'm just So I don't know.
Yeah, you could, I was telling Scott before the show, you could actually boot it when you're in the Steam, when it's on, you can actually swap to the desktop because it's a Linux, computer, and so you can actually swap to Linux on there and do what you want in Linux.
Yeah.
So that's
you went through the Halo series,
yes.
And what did you do for your gaming these past couple of weeks?
Elden Ring.
Just Elden Ring, just more Elden Ring.
More Elden Ring.
Yeah.
I've got 4 characters made, my 1 main, 3 alternates, and I've finally found the farming spot for Mogwin's Coliseum. So I've been farming runes, get about 3.5 million that way, and level it up to a good spot, and then just start going from there. The thing is, though, story wise, I'm stuck on Malekith, the Black Blade. I haven't figured out a way to take him down yet. But the big boss that everyone's going after is, of course, Millennia. That's
what AC Wraith had mentioned in the chat room.
Yeah,
Millennia. On.
Yeah, Millennia is being heralded as one of the hardest, if not the hardest, boss that From Software has made. I mean, hundreds of deaths from her alone. And I think it's only a 2-phase fight. It's not even a 3-phase fight. The only 3-phase fight that I remember was Sister Frida from Dark Souls 3, and it was a good one, but it was a long one. You had to be on your P's and Q's on that one. But Millennia, in this case, Millennia has attacks that heal her when she hits you. If she makes contact with you, it's going to heal her. So, you want to keep that to a minimum. But then there's this one attack. I think it's called Waterfowl Dance. It's this big flurry of blades, and she does it in 3 iterations. And when the 3rd iteration, when she finishes, and you think she's done, a burst of energy comes out, and that takes you down as well.
Yeah.
So the hardest thing about it is dodging that particular move. You can tell it, you can see it coming a mile away. But it's one thing to know it's coming. It's another thing to be able to dodge it or do something about it. And then after you get her down, you've got the second phase, which is more of the same, plus Scarlet Rot, which is a condition that basically saps your health really, really fast. So if you don't have anything to counteract that, you're not gonna last too long. So I've got the doorway open to her, but I got to increase my stats first before I go that route.
Anything else? Did you play anything
Nope.
else?
No, that's it. That is
yeah,
it.
there's not much on my list either. Destiny, that was it. I'm going back in case Matt isn't aware.
Going back through Destiny?
No, yeah, I'm going back through Destiny. Start with Destiny 1. Every time you play that game, it feels like you're going back through Destiny.
Yeah.
No, I'm going back through the Batman games.
So are you starting chronologically or
I'm just going release-wise.
Okay, because
yeah.
it would be...
I'm not doing. I can't. There's no. I read about this, and I didn't really do the research on it. I was actually doing research about where to find Origins on console. I have it on PC, but I'm playing it on Xbox.
Are you doing them on consoles?
I'm playing it on PC. I mean, I have it on PC. I was wondering. Yeah, I am playing on consoles because I've already done my run through on PC before.
Yeah, but you can do New Game Plus as a run through.
I can, but I'm starting out new.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I want to say Arkham Origins, right?
Yeah.
right, yeah.
I want to say it was on either PS3 or PS4. I think I got it as a.
It was on
One of the
PS3 and Xbox 360.
Yeah, I think it was on the. I think it was one of those Plus things that got me.
It was that long ago.
I think I got it free for Plus one time.
Yeah,
Or something
it
like
is.
that.
It is. It is not. Here's the thing: is I'm playing on Xbox because I never played these games on Xbox. I only played them on PlayStation.
PlayStation, yeah.
So I've played them now on PlayStation, PC. Now I'm doing Xbox, and it's been over a week since I've actually played the game now because I've just not been up for playing it and or really anything. I've been tired. I just haven't been felt like doing.
It's
anything.
been a heck of a week.
It's been a heck of a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So Origins is backwards compatible with an Xbox Series X, Xbox One, whatever. It's backwards compatible, but it is not sold on the store. You cannot buy it digitally on the Microsoft Store.
Really?
You have to own a physical copy in order to play the backwards compatible version of the game. And I don't have a physical copy of the game for that system. I do for the others and whatever else, but not for that. Not that it matters. The thing about it is if I play Origins first and then go to Arkham, there's so much that they did better from City... From Asylum to City,
so it would go backwards.
I'd be so
and
limited.
Make it not fun,
especially in the combat.
Yes,
because the combat in the first game, Asylum, I get it. They were laying the groundwork.
Yeah, and
it was good for the time. But when they improved it,
it'd be like going back to Assassin's Creed.
I guess so.
And like after playing the new ones and trying that first one, being like, oh, wow, this is rough.
Yeah, very much so.
So it might just be better just to get it done out of the way. I mean, not that Asylum is a bad game.
I've already finished Asylum.
Okay,
Asylum's
good.
done.
It was a good game.
Yeah. I got all the trophies, or no, they say trophies. I got all the...
achievements?
The Riddler trophy.
Oh, the Riddler
trophies,
okay.
Yeah. No, I didn't go through all the achievements because then you would have to play you'd have to do all the combat stuff, and I'm knowing that City is waiting there for me, and then the other games are waiting.
Just enjoy the story.
I don't want to do the challenge modes because I like the combat in the other games better.
So, I don't know about for you, but for when I was redoing the Halo, I just did it on easy mode because I've already played the games a couple times over. So I'm like,
I'll do that a few times.
I'm just doing it on easy just to get the story and make I just want to run through it.
I did that with BioShock when I was playing through BioShock again. I just set it to easy and went through that. I did it with the Uncharted series when I kept playing 1, 2, 3, and then on to 4. I was just like, put it on easy, let's go, because all I'm doing is playing this
story and let me get that. Yeah,
that's all I'm doing is playing for the story. That's it. And so
no shame
that's
in that
all it
whatsoever.
is. Oh, I don't. I don't care. You can call it shameful, but whatever. It doesn't matter to me. So, yeah, that's all I've been doing, and that is it. Although there's a lot that I want to get into. Vampire Survivors just got added to Xbox Game Pass, which congratulations to that single soul developer who just wanted to make his little bitty game and sold it for $3 on Steam. I'm sure he pulled in a buttload of money.
Good on
when
him.
Microsoft was like, we want to put this on Game Pass. Here is a ton of
Here's a
ton of
hat
money.
made of money.
Yeah, right. And so, congrats to that guy
Yeah.
for what he did there. Love Vampire Survivors, but we've got music for it. I want to say it's Citizen Sleeper, which is a game I'm kind of interested in.
Citizen Sleeper.
I think that's what it's called. I think it's an RPG. I'm not exactly sure. I don't know much about it, but I think it's on Game Pass as well, so I kind of want to play that. And then it's a game that is just getting a whole lot of, I don't know, a lot of people are talking about it. I don't know anything about it, and I kind of want to look into it, but it is V Uprising.
Yeah, I've seen that on the.
I
the
keep
main
seeing
page of
nothing
Steam.
but like 500,000 people have started playing V Uprising, or this many people are playing V Uprising. I really want to try that out. So I buy into the zeitgeist every now and again, or the hype. I don't know if it's hype. Just people are talking about a game. I want to look into it and see what this is.
See. Citizen Sleeper says role playing in the ruins of interplanetary capitalism. It's like a setting is like a ruined space station, and people are trying to survive on it.
Yeah, a friend of mine was tweeting about it. Rob, who now works for Bungie, actually, and he was talking about how great the game is, although he did recommend playing it on PC over playing it on consoles just because of all the inputs, I guess, that go into something like that. So, I don't know. It's a lot of, hey, there's this and I want to try it out. Hey, there's this and I want to try it out. And then I never do. I may download it and then it just never happens.
Yeah.
So that comes from time. Oh, you know what I played?
What?
God, what was it?
I don't think we do.
I can't remember what got me to that point, but I was done playing Batman Arkham City for the time being, and so I installed this other old game, and I started playing it, and I was like, man,
Old for you or old for me?
it's old for us, all of us. Like, this is really, really good. I miss this. I haven't gone back to it, but it was so much fun. Split Second.
Oh yeah. Second.
That racing game.
It's like it's a racing game with super meters. Yeah.
It's like it's Bayham. It's Michael Bay making a racetrack.
Yeah, basically, if anyone is not familiar with the series, it's basically it's like you say, it's a race, but you have a meter, like 3 bars of meter in this thing, and using this meter causes the interactions with the background. Like for instance, the side of a mountain exploding and the debris landing on the track in front of you.
Yeah, they're racing around an airport at one point. You can knock down the tower.
Knock down the control tower bring down another airplane.
Yeah, you can have an airplane because you'll divert traffic to so you can cause all these minimal things like little explosions and stuff. If you get a big one, you can actually change the direction of the track.
Yeah.
And so when you do that, it puts them going onto the runway instead of where they were. And there's a plane coming in, massive plane too.
Yeah.
And it was just so much fun to go back and do that. And
this is the part where you don't hit the brakes. You have to floor it at this point. Because the slowest people are going to be the ones caught when the plane hits the runway.
Going back through that and playing that.
Yeah.
Just even the little bit, I was really, really impressed with the production value that they did on that game as far as just the opening.
It's like a TV show.
Making it like a TV show and everything that they
show.
did. It was just real. I was like, this is really, I don't understand why this, it was a Disney decision.
Yeah.
Rock Studios.
Like Pure.
Yeah, which is the same company that made Split Second,
yeah.
Rock Studios.
Yeah.
And now they don't exist anymore. So, whatever. Anyway, that's what I played. I may have played something else that night. I don't remember because ended up being Split Second. Was like, that was the one I put more time into.
What'd you play it on?
The Xbox.
Xbox?
Yeah, because it's got backwards compatibility.
Yeah, PS3. On my case, we could split. We could have had some races together on that.
I don't even know if the servers are up that you could still
Probably
do
not,
it.
yeah. But now I'm nostalgic. Now I want to to dig that out and blow the dust off of that and start playing as well.
Yeah.
Because that game was just a good time. Just turn your brain off and play.
Yeah.
Just have fun with that.
That sounds like
I was, except, if you're trying to get that first place finish, there were I had to run races a few times to get to that first place finish.
Yeah, so which is more fun, blowing up the track or actually fighting for first place?
I mean, they're both fun.
Yeah, which one? But one is more fun than the other.
Well, I keep playing until I get first. So I'm not sure exactly which one I enjoy more. Because it is fun to blow up the track. I keep playing it to blow up the track, but also because I'm not in first. So that's the other reason.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just the way it is. So anyway, all of our games that we played out of the way, even though I know we missed a few, but there's a lot to go over in the news section here.
I played The Wanderer.
The
on
Wanderer,
VR.
the Wanderer, the Wanderer.
It's a VR time. I'll tell it when we come back.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that one is. Huh? Is it on
Horror
Quest
genre?
or is it on
PC.
PC? Oh, it's the PC one.
Horror genre? The Wanderer? No, just okay.
Time travel.
Time travel. Okay, so
Yeah,
puzzle solving type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
you already played The Room on VR, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was the PC one because
Yeah.
I have it on the Quest. So,
Yep. I beat it. It was a lot of fun.
All right, I forgot to do this earlier. Just so I'll know now whenever I go back to edit the show. Here is music from, well, these are songs I picked last week. Seriously, we were set to do a show last Saturday. It's just I woke up. I was feeling the way I was feeling. And I woke up Saturday and, I'd sent you the news stuff and the music was all good.
Yeah.
Everything was ready. I had not prepared a replay for that day at all. So what you heard was whatever we replayed the last time that we weren't here because I didn't have anything set up. I just woke up and I thought, I have the ability to not do it so I can stay home and get better or go in, get worse, and then be worse the next week or something like that.
Play
So
safe.
just in case. So let's just not. And so anyway, all this stuff comes from last week's music that I was going to be using. This is from Batman Arkham City. It was something I'm playing here in Music Needed. This track is called You Should Have Listened to Me. We will be right back with more of In-Game Chat right after this. And welcome back to In-Game Chats.
That was fun.
Music here from... Does anybody have any idea? You're not going to know.
No.
I wouldn't know.
Hotline Miami.
And it's got that feel to it, doesn't it?
1980X.
No. Art of Rally.
Oh.
I don't know what that is. Art of Rally
Like
is...
rally racing?
Yeah, I think so. Art of Rally. Yeah, Art of Rally is a stylized rally experience from the creator of Absolute Drift.
Okay. That's got a good beat.
Yeah, this is called Turbo Supercharger.
Yeah.
That's the name of this track.
Ben Barnes has the Stranger Things vibe at the start. I'm like, that's just the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the only rally game I played a lot of was Sega Rally.
Oh, yeah.
Still got that.
What year was this? 2020. Interesting.
Really?
Yeah, well, I remember Absolute Drift. I actually kind of liked Absolute Drift. It was very difficult, but I liked Absolute Drift. So, curious what the guy's done with the Art of Rally series. Yeah. Hey, welcome back to the show. Who do we have on the phone? Is this Chris?
It is.
It is. Hey, Chris.
What's going on?
Not much, man. What's going on with you?
Got a full house again today, huh?
Yeah, we do. Matt's back. Hadn't had Matt in a while.
Yeah, it's been a long time since we've heard from him.
Yeah. And it's been 2 weeks since we heard from you. What's going on?
Well, I called in last week and then heard myself, you take my call from last time, so, he's not live today.
No, I wasn't. I'm so sorry. I posted on our Twitter that we wouldn't be doing a show. I think that morning I put the post out there. So yeah, and I'm really sorry. It was a last minute decision to not do it, and so but yeah, things are fine. But I appreciate you listening anyway and calling both times. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
So what's up? What's going on?
Been playing through and doing more of the side quests and stuff on Forbidden West, and I recently got the physical edition of Chrono Cross on the Switch from Play Asia, so I've been playing that some on the side too.
I picked up the Chrono Cross on the Steam.
No, it's actually the Chrono Cross. Play Asia made a physical release on the Switch of Chrono Cross, and I'd ordered it from there, and then I've been playing it on the Switch on the cartridge.
What's just so that you could have the physical copy, I guess?
Yeah, it's just to have the physical copy.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. Well, what else? Any other games?
No, not much, nothing else. Just taking it easy and doing this and that and watching some old anime and stuff like that and catching up on some series and stuff.
No, sounds good, man.
Hey, Chris, that Chrono Cross, is it the Radical Dreamers edition?
Yeah, that's the one with...
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, because I think they did digital versions of it, because I think that's why they put it out on Steam that I picked up.
Yeah, no, they did.
It was on sale. I was like, you know what? Yeah, I have Chrono Trigger. One of my favorites. I never really gave Chrono Cross much of a chance, but I love the music from it.
Yeah.
I never played. Didn't play.
Yeah, Regional Lock, it was like only sold exclusively in Southeast Asia. Not just said it wasn't going to be released here, but for the collector, and you want to.
Those weren't my games back in the day.
No,
they really weren't.
I could totally see that they would not
Star Tropics, and Chrono Trigger, Chrono Cross, all of those, not really my thing. Final Fantasy was never my thing either.
Trying to
even in the 8-bit days.
Even for me, I loved old 8-bit Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9, all the way up 10 stuff. Like going back to those older ones now, sometimes it's a little tough to go back, to that old kind of play style, because you're used to more modern.
Oh yeah.
Things, and
the aesthetic is still popular though.
Yeah,
I mean, you see all the they call it what they call the retro style.
Yeah,
pixel games art. Pixelized. Yeah, the retro style games, whatever that a lot of independent game makers make nowadays. I think one that sticks out to me is Celeste.
Oh yeah,
that was a very popular one. Side scrolling.
Stardew Valley does that as well.
Stardew Valley is great.
Yeah, and I mean, why it begins with a T.
Tales from Monkey's Island.
Yeah, no.
Terraria?
Terraria. That's what I was thinking of. Terraria. That's exactly.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Monkey Island.
Yeah.
Because I just was. Did you mention, it's been a minute, but Ron Gilbert is making a new Monkey Island?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Did we mention that? I can't remember. Do I have it in the news? I'm not sure.
You should mention that every week.
Because I remember that it was, I remember that being announced. Now, we talked about that. We mentioned it briefly, only for the fact that I really had nothing. And I'm sure I mentioned you, saying that I'm sure he's really happy to read this.
Yes. They got Dominic Amato back as Guybrush.
Mm-hmm.
They got the voice of Murray back, so yay.
They haven't changed much of the main core characters,
No.
voice actor wise.
I think. Well, I believe Marley, Eleanor Marley, Elaine Marley. Anyways, the woman. I think she's gone through a couple different voice actresses, but they got the one from the last.
Okay.
So, but yeah, Monkey Island.
Yeah.
Okay. Somewhat consistent. Yeah.
Yes.
It's
Well,
good.
Chris, good hearing from you again, man. We're about to be up on a break here, so I want to get in some more news hits here real quick before we do. But thank you so much for calling in, man.
All right, y'all have a good afternoon. Talk to y'all later.
See you,
Have a
man.
good one.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Al.
I do want to jump into some of the news here before we go, and I don't know, I don't want to start on something that's going to be a really long topic before we get to the break. So I'm a little running through here. Yeah, just to see, what is there to hit in the next 10 minutes, 8 minutes ever that we've got. Alan Wake coming to Switch and also getting a TV show, which is interesting.
That would be interesting
because
the TV show in this.
Alan Wake was made like a TV show. It's very
Twin Peaksy.
That was the year that we had Alan Wake, we had Split Second, and they were doing these TV episodic things.
Yeah.
So Alan Wake came on one disc, but it had 5 episodes, or how many episodes it had.
Yeah.
And they were done in the vein of a television series type of thing. And then you started getting episodic games like Walking Dead or the Telltale stuff, where we're going to release a new episode after about a month or 2 months later on, and you'll get the full thing. But there was that period where you had these TV show settings for these video games, Alan Wake being one and Split Second being the other, and they weren't very far apart from each other. That I remember thinking, was this the trend? Is this where we're going? Is this how things are going to work?
Which, I mean, done right, I don't have an issue with episodic games.
Yeah.
Just like, in today's streaming everything, I've had people like, like this TV show that I'm watching is episodic and that's kind of annoying. I'm like, I kind of like it in a way because not everybody could binge watch a show all at once.
It's interesting. So I played, and I've talked about this, but I played The Walking Dead the first season. One day was episode 1, another day was episode 2, or whatever the case, episode 3, 4, all the way through 5, and finished it in a week. And I was like, oh, great. 2 had not released yet, season 2. And when it did, I played it episode by episode, and I couldn't stand it because it's not necessarily the memory, but the emotion, the feeling of whatever you had previous when it left you on the cliffhanger, or when it left you to wait for what's to come next. That anticipation was gone by the time the next episode released.
Yeah.
The way episodes are supposed to work.
And it wasn't necessarily something I was ready to jump into. And
I think it's one of those things, especially for The Walking Dead or the Telltale, whatever, the time between episodes, it's one thing for it being a week, right? It'd be like, if they released them weekly, that's not that much time. But it was like months, if not 2 months.
It was usually around 2 months, and then sometimes
and by that
they'd
time
have
you're
it
like,
later.
wait, what happened again with my
Yeah,
story?
you need to recap.
I know.
So
This is similar to what happened with you with The Last of Us 2.
That was on my end because I stopped playing and
Yeah,
had
but
for so long.
large
Yeah.
gaps.
but the basis is basically if you're playing a game for the story and strictly story, you can't afford to have long gaps in between gameplay because you're going to lose the story.
Everything.
Yeah, you're going to need a recap. There's a way to
Whatever
recap
the
that.
momentum it had, it was lost in the fact that I had to wait between 2 months for the next episode. So I didn't do that anymore.
Yeah, I think a week is a good time.
Yeah.
I try not to do that with my television series anymore.
Well, that's how television was supposed to go at 1 week at a time. That was the perfect setup.
I don't mind it because, it gives you that time for you to talk with your friends about I'm watching Strange New Worlds and just absolutely loving it. But one of my coworkers, guy I work with, he's like, "Have you seen this new, this week's episode?" I'm like, "No, I have class on Thursdays when it comes out, so I'm going to have to watch it." But it gives me another day, to get in there, and then I'll see him. I'm like, "Yes, I watched it," and so I think a week's a good amount of time between.
That's
episodes.
fine. As long as I can wait for it to release. Who do we have on the phone?
Kyle?
This who?
Kyle?
Kyle? Is this Kyle?
Yep, it's Kyle.
Hey.
I just wanted to say that I get to listen to you guys every now and then, I am not a gamer, okay? I can't even get a guy dressed before I get there, so I'm not a gamer. But it's interesting to listen to you all talk about the ins and outs of it. My wife and son are both gamers, and so they get it. But like I said, I can't even get the character dressed before I get there. So, but it's fun to listen to you guys. Now, I don't know if you all are into Overwatch at all, but my son was listening to some Overwatch, and this girl was calling the game like commentators call a football game.
Yeah.
And she sounded like a dadgum auctioneer. It was amazing.
That's funny.
It was really, really fast. I was like, holy smokes. So, and from what I understand, they have different teams and all that. So, and he's a Boston nut for some reason. I don't know why that is. But anyway, but that was really cool. And I enjoy listening to you guys talk about it, even though, I'm like, no way.
From conversations I've had with other people who have called, who I've talked to during the week or who I've met just around the area, there's a lot of people like you, Kyle.
Yeah.
They're like, I don't know what you're talking about, but it's really interesting to hear you talk about it.
Yeah.
It really is. You guys keep up the good work. Talk to you soon.
See you, Kyle.
Thanks,
Have a good
Kyle.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, who'd have thought that gaming would get to that point? I mean, it's competition.
Yeah.
It's competition. The competition is inherently thrilling to see, no matter what the format is. I mean, from a football game to a spelling bee, you can have an audience's rapt attention when there's competition involved, and it's
I
big,
love
it's
watching
big business
curling.
and big money. Yeah.
I mean,
Now, curling is one of the things that the anticipation of seeing the rock go down the thing is like you can't see it's going too far.
Sweeping. Yeah, but like I said, just anything, people, you get, two teams against each other. Yeah, people watch it.
Yeah, throw a little trash talk in there. Yeah, you got it. Well, not in this day and age, but yeah. Well, throw it in there.
Yeah.
No, throw it in there because it's still part of the communities I play in. Trash talk is still there. I mean, can you are you mental? Can you take it mentally? Get thrown off your game. If it throws you off your game, it's going to keep coming.
Yeah.
Hey, have you looked into anything about the Warner Brothers fighting game, the Multiverses?
Multiverses. I mean, I'm
is
looking
that
at it.
with
I think
Batman
about
and Scooby Doo and
I think about Smash Brothers. And
it's a Smash clone. Yeah.
Yeah. So no.
Okay.
if I could play as Velma,
I think you can.
heck yeah.
I think you can.
Her special move should be losing her glasses and then just whooping.
No. I mean I mean, Smash has its place. I'll give it that, but it just doesn't appeal to me.
Yeah.
That type of play style doesn't appeal to me. So when I heard it was like that, it was like no. Like
From
with
what
PlayStation All Stars, I never got that either because that was like just another.
From what I've
Smash
read on
clone,
this, and I haven't played it, I got an invite to the beta, and I tried to log in, but it's like that's not the right password for your Warner Brothers account, which God knows how long I made that thing,
Right.
Or how long ago I made that thing.
First time you played Batman.
Well, probably, or it was Shadow of Mordor, or the whichever whatever it was that Warner Brothers did a couple of games there with Lord of the Rings,
Yeah.
And they've done some Lego games. I think there's some. I think that's one, or is that Traveler's Tales? Maybe. I can't remember, but some of their DC stuff that they've done.
Yeah.
Whatever the case, I know I had a Warner Brothers account, but I have no idea what it is. Anyway. From everything that I've read on this, it is quite a contender as being, it's more than just a clone of Smash Brothers.
Okay.
Like they actually kind of may have
Made a
nailed
fighting
it.
game.
Improved it.
Well, I don't want to say improved it, but whereas you can play something and say, man, this just isn't this, they've closed that gap to say, okay, this can be a nice Smash substitute, and since Smash Brothers is not going to be put on any other system than Nintendo, here is your Smash for all your other consoles.
Yeah.
Since Nintendo is going to be so iron-fisted about their tournament play, and who gets to play it, Warner Brothers won't. And if the gameplay is just as good as what Smash brings, then there you go. You've got your substitute for it. There's a couple of other games that have tried to do this. I think Nickelodeon had one that had all of their Nickelodeon characters in it doing that.
the one where
PlayStation tried theirs, and it didn't work too well
didn't work
either.
too well. I think the one with Nickelodeon, Michelangelo was broken in that game. They had to tweak him seriously.
Point being is that I think this one has promise from everything that I've read. This has promise to go further with it. So anyway, we're going to take a break because we have to. It's top of the hour, and then when we come back, we will dive more into the news here. If you do want to get in touch with us, 334-272-9228, or you can join us on Discord. Get in there and join the conversation. Say hello, and we will be right back with more of In-Game Chat after this. It's a track from a game called We Were Here. And I think this is...
I saw that. It's like a freezing...
I guess. I don't know.
Mountain climbing story game.
I'm interested in it, but I think this one's called Forever. But we'll be back with more after this. And welcome back to In-Game Chat. Music here from... You'll never guess. Again.
The Witcher.
No, it's not The Witcher.
I like Thor. He says Pink Floyd. It sounds like one of these days.
Barbie's Horse Adventures.
Yeah, right. Barbie Horse Adventures. Cooking
Man.
Mama.
Cooking Mama?
Nintendogs.
What?
It's not. It's not.
Oh, I was about to say, wow, I didn't know that game hits that hard.
Yeah, right.
The original bass sound, like I said, it sounded like Doom.
Yeah. This is from Infamous First Light. The expansion.
The expansion
for Second Son.
Second Son.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Infamous I stopped at 2. I never played any of the others after that.
Second Sons was okay.
That was a PS4 launch title?
4 launch,
yeah.
It was okay.
This is called Across Rooftops is the name of this track.
2 is definitely the good one.
You know what? And 1 was the good one for me. I didn't go through 2 as much.
Oh, really? 'Cause
Yeah.
I think they refined it enough, kind of like with Arkham
Did they?
Asylum to Arkham City. They refined it enough with 2. With the, there's enough differences with the powers and everything that it made 2, I think, superior.
Yeah, 2, they had to do that because playing number one, I could get through that entire game with like 6 diodes. I didn't have to go across the screen because all I had to do was like use the standard shock to like hit a car and electrify it and then suck up the energy from that, and I'm instantly refilled. I didn't have to worry about getting those shards all over the place. And that one of the powers that he has, I think it's that bomb. It was so effective. I really did choose any other weapon in the game, and two, like you said, they changed up enough stuff so that you had to get a little variety in your offense and defense in that game.
Yeah, you could choose, like, I guess, different power sets too.
Yeah.
So I think for me too is definitely the best of the series.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so jumping into news, and there is a lot. Looking over stuff here where there's lawsuits galore and everything else. So I know Activision Blizzard is being investigated again.
What?
Something, some more stuff that they're going through. There was something just today. Was it EA, I think, is looking for a buyer? But maybe one of their studios. It may not be for them. Let's see what we got here. Oh, no, it is them. Let me look here. I'm just reading this over because this was just today that I found this article. While a deal isn't currently in the works, it does sound like EA plans to... It doesn't sound like EA plans to give up anytime soon. In recent years, as media companies have taken greater interest in the rapidly growing gaming industry, Wilson and Electronic Arts have had talks with a number of different potential suitors, including Disney, Apple, and Amazon. Sources with knowledge of those talks told this reporter. Several resources familiar with these talks say EA has been persistent in pursuing a sale and has only grown more emboldened in the wake of the Microsoft Activision deal. Mm-hmm. Others say that EA is primarily interested in a merger arrangement that would allow Wilson to remain as chief executive of the combined company. Interesting. Huh. Okay. That'll be interesting to see what comes out of that, because we've had some big sales, and I never put it past EA being up for sale. I just didn't think it would be them before, like, Ubisoft or
someone smaller, maybe.
Some other company. Yeah, you know. Smaller. Although Activision Blizzard, which is, I would say, is very big, it getting bought by Microsoft is the thing. But EA, I don't know who would buy EA. The companies they mentioned seems like a pretty good idea. Microsoft probably can't buy them. I would imagine buying EA and having all of those other studios that they have, plus the Activision deal hasn't even gone through yet. Likely it is, but it's still not done. They probably are in no position to do that. Yeah. Sony, I don't think is looking to buy them either, given the fact that they just spent some money on a couple of houses or a couple of development studios, as well as they bought Bungie for a pretty big dollar amount there. The interesting part, going back to 2 weeks ago, was the sell-off of Crystal Dynamics and the Tomb Raider stuff for just $300 million. Yeah. So it'd be interesting to see what EA kind of values themselves at. Like, what is the going price for that company? And yet you still could get company. They didn't have Tencent on the list, but I know that's a company that has a lot of money that could easily try and buy that if they're allowed to. I have no idea if they can. I don't know what the situation is for that particular company. Yeah, I know there's no reason that Microsoft can't buy EA, but it's, for whatever reason, I don't know. I don't see that as a thing that they would do, and especially not so soon after just doing this with Activision. I have no idea what laws are in place to say, well, yeah, you just bought Activision Blizzard. You when this deal goes through, then you can buy another one. I don't know. Can you just make multiple purchases before things like this have to go through whatever? I don't know.
I kind of have an issue with just how it seems like, all these big companies are just buying everyone, like, where we're just going to get like a Disney situation where we're going to have like Microsoft owns everybody that Sony doesn't own, and just have like two companies. And I'm not a fan of that.
I know. No. I agree with you. I'm not either.
And so, like, if they do buy out Activision, then if they do buy out, EA, who's next? I mean, because they have a habit of like especially for little independent people, like, oh, we really like that, we're gonna buy you. Ooh, and so it becomes this big conglomerate thing that I'm just not a fan of personally.
I understand, and I am not either. But at the same time, I'm glad Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard. I'm glad somebody bought them to get rid of the stuff that was going on over there. To kind of, I don't want to say clean house, but at least clean house.
I wish they could have cleaned their own house without being bought out.
They were never going to.
I know.
Unless it came from the government. And even if it came from the government, I'm sure that that Bobby and the rest of them would find a way out of it so that somebody else could be left to clean it up.
Kind of foster a toxic environment, it's hard to come through and sweep that out and clean it. But it's just, I don't know. As much as I love gaming, and I do, obviously, I play enough, that maybe we're getting to a point like games you could, back in the day, show you how old we are, you could theoretically have like a small team that, that they're not sinking millions upon millions into a game. Now, just through the technology, through every different reason, games cost so much money to make.
And not just cost in money, cost in manpower and everything else.
And that thing with crunch.
AI,
the crunch that's been going on with a lot of these AAA titles as well.
Yeah.
That's been popping up a lot.
Well, yeah, because you've advanced everything. I mean, the same thing with making, actually, no, it's probably reduced now. It's kind of gone in reverse as far as making films. You don't need 1,000 extras to fill the screen anymore. You can just digitally insert that, so you kind of reduce your the workload. Although you've increased the workload on the effects aspect of things because you have to have more people working on that stuff.
But that's when you get like these smaller little independent, like you said, the guy that
Vampire Survivors.
Yeah, Vampire Survivors.
Yeah,
or
one dude.
Stardew Valley was one guy.
Stardew.
So like when you get these smaller independent,
Wordle was one guy, yeah. Although that didn't require very much effort on his part at all. But
the possibility of one person making something that generates that much income for him or herself is interesting. The possibility is always interesting.
I think like Among Us was a small development team, like small. That started small. But so like I still have hope for like that kind of stuff where you get these interesting and creative outlets for people, where instead of just the same.
Well, you're always going to have indie studio. You're always going to have indie developers, indie studios, that sort of thing.
Like how many of the independent studios get bought out though? That does happen.
It does, but when they get bought out, something else takes its place. Exactly. It's not something that's going away. It's not like all these little indie devs are getting bought up. I mean, maybe they are, and that's probably their point. That's probably what they wanted
to get.
Is to get to that position. And then they sell it, and they go off and they form another indie studio and make something else, and then sell that off again if that's what they want to do. Mostly the point of indie is to make what you want, but at the same time make profit from it somehow. It doesn't necessarily have to be I'm going to live off of this and it's going to make me millions type of thing. It's just I have an idea for a project, I want to make it, and now I did, and here it is. So people
want to see how much of an impact.
Do people like it?
Yeah.
They like it. That's great. Yeah. Oh, here comes somebody who wants to buy what I did. Kind of like you painted a picture. Hey, I like that. Can I buy that? Sure can. Here you go. I'm going to paint another one. I'm going to make another game. There you go. It's fine when that happens. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with Activision being bought by Microsoft. I have no problem with that. From everything I hear, this company that bought those game studios from Square Enix have plans to milk them as much as they can. So more Tomb Raider, more Deus Ex, hopefully more Legacy of Kain, because they bought that too. Would like to see that. And the rumor is that they're going to take those properties and continue to roll with them because they're successful properties. Maybe not in the eyes of Square Enix, as we know, but they are successful in the eyes of everybody else who's looking at that. So I really have no problem with it. And I don't... be interesting if Epic Games bought EA. I know they're not selling to them, but it'd be interesting if they did. If Epic Games... turn around and bought them. Yeah. At one point, I thought Fortnite was an EA. Fortnite is an EA. No. Yes? No. So. It's Epic
It's
now,
Epic.
isn't it? Did they buy it from EA? I thought it was an EA game to start with, right? Or no?
I'm not sure.
Man, that's going to bug me, and now I have to look it up. But
I don't know. I struggle sometimes with my own.
Epic Games currently owns it.
Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong. I like the Tomb Raider series. I played all of them. I like the Deus Ex. I played all of them. You know, even like going back before the newer, versions of them.
no, it's always been an Epic thing. I don't know why I thought it was an EA thing, but it's always been an Epic thing. I have no idea why I thought it was EA, but yeah.
There was some news featuring both of them caught your eye or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Something probably. Well, they have Apex Legends. So.
Yeah. I just kind of like struggle sometimes with like, as much as I enjoy like these franchises, and I do. You know, I kind of feel in a way it's like the Marvelization of games, where we're just going to throw money towards the same and the same.
We're going to stick with the one formula that worked, and we're going to stick with that forever. And ever.
And so you get
ever.
like, we're in movies, which I also love. We get like the Marvel movies, and they're fun, but
you know the format before you sit down in the theater.
They found that formula, and they do not deviate really from that. Like I saw the Doctor Strange. It was good, but what was even better in my opinion in a multiverse movie? Everything Everywhere All at Once. That was amazing.
Yeah.
So
Michelle Yeoh, right?
Michelle
Yeoh. Yeah,
it didn't make the money, obviously, that Doctor Strange did, but it was a better story. It was a better acting. It was a better film all the way around. It was a better explanation of the multiverse. It was fantastic. But like,
well, they didn't have any.
They didn't.
They could make their own. They could make their own rules in that regard.
Yeah.
Whereas with what they're doing, they have to stick to the constraints of whatever rules were laid out. This is how it has to be because later on, this is how it has to be, or because of earlier, this is how it was. Then this is how it has to be now. You make a standalone film type of thing. You make your own rules as to how things work. And I haven't seen. The previous film to really comment on that, but yeah, as far as the game stuff is concerned, it's fine. You're always going to get your indies. You're always going to have these that kind of sprout up and it's like, hey, that's a great one, and you're gonna flock to it, and it's going to get sold, and then somebody else will make something else, and that cycle just will continue.
Yeah, like. Has Borderlands really changed much since the first Borderlands?
I don't know. I didn't play 3. I barely played 2. And by the way, Borderlands 3, if you have an Epic Games account, which costs nothing to make, Borderlands 3 is free this week on the Epic Games Store. Yes.
Yeah.
So pick that up if you would like to do that.
Borderlands I haven't played since 2. I mean, I gave the pre-sequel a shot.
Yeah.
About halfway into it, I just gave up on it. I couldn't. It just the problem was the characters just never appealed to me in the pre-sequel, and I never got around to it.
The only Borderlands that really was different was the Tales from the Borderlands, just because that was a different style. Borderlands it's the same. I didn't do the Tiny Tina adventure, whatever pony thing. It's the same. But if you like it, it's what you're going to get.
It wasn't like I said, it wasn't the gameplay that got me. It was the characters that got me. The first one I could get into. The 2 I could get into them as well, but pre-sequel I didn't, and then 3 I really didn't. I mean, I couldn't. Characters did nothing for me in 3, so I didn't give it any. I didn't give it any play at that point.
Yeah,
I mean, Tiny Tina is Tiny Tina, Mr. Torque. Those are from interesting characters in there, but not
Small
enough of
doses.
it to make me get the game though.
Yeah.
But in terms of that formula we were talking about, with the same formula over and over and over again, when those big companies get those studios like that, I think that's going to be more. Think it's going to be more the same.
Yeah. It's not always bad though. I was fine with. I would kill for a Burnout that is exactly the same if they wanted to do that. Where the formula is exactly the same for Burnout.
Yeah.
Okay, some big company buys that. What would they? What would encourage them to make Burnout again?
Oh, I don't know.
How popular was it? How much money did it make?
You'd have to look. Yeah, I don't know. They'd have to do that. They'd have to do that. They'd have to look into the research on that as to why.
Research on it, yeah.
But I would still welcome the same formula just to get Splinter Cell. Let's go that route. Give me the same. I don't care. Give me the same thing. Just give it to me. Give me a new story. Keep your formula, even if the story is formulaic. That's fine. Just give me another game.
I mean, I think there's enough difference between the original Splinter Cell and the last one, Blacklist, that we got. So I like it when they actually do kind of update it, and they do change. The character's same, but like the gameplay and everything was kind of updated with it. Where some games they don't really update the gameplay; it's the same. And I'm more like groaning on that. Whereas like the Splinter Cell, the Ghost Recons, those actually did kind of change along the way. The Assassin's Creed, for a while, they were very samey.
Yeah.
But then they changed the formula with Origin, and now they're starting to get a little samey.
It's getting samey again, isn't it?
Yeah.
Origin and Odyssey and
then
Valhalla.
Valhalla.
Yeah.
So like now it's starting to get back to that sort of like they found their niche and they found their formula, and they're starting to get back into that. I like it when they change it up a little bit. I'm like you guys. I like the characters. I like the story. Give me a compelling story with a character that I'm interested and I'm invested in. And if it's a different game style, then I'll adapt. I'll play that. But like I have to enjoy who I'm playing as and the story that they're telling me first.
Just to kind of take this point and move it into just to run from that point into another story here. Something that I was going to talk about last week. Obviously, we didn't do the show, but there was the gameplay of the Gotham Knights. I'm currently doing the Batman playthrough by Rocksteady. Well, this is not a Rocksteady game. It's the developers who did Origins. Montreal, the Warner Brothers Montreal, I believe, is the company that's making Gotham Knights. And it's the more I look at that and the more I look at Rocksteady's Suicide Squad, I'm like, man, I could really use another Batman game right now.
Yeah.
I could just really use more of what we had before. I mean, obviously, there's some tweaks here and there.
Gotham Knight.
Huh?
And wasn't that the last one that they had in the series?
Arkham Knight.
Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
Arkham Knight. Yeah.
I mean, I've played Arkham Knight. Obviously,
Yeah.
I've already gone through that. I'm only looking forward to Arkham Knight for the combat.
Oh.
No, just for the combat challenges. That's really the draw on these. And so I'm actually playing through Arkham City in order to level up to where I have all of my combat techniques, so that then I can go into the challenge rooms and use them there. You don't have them. If you don't have them in game, you don't have them in the challenge room. So you can't really effectively get that larger score because you don't have all the things unlocked. So I'm kind of running through
All
that.
the wonderful toys.
Right. Point being is that I watched that Gotham Knights gameplay stuff, and they're trying.
Yeah.
But they didn't hit it. It's not there.
It's not sinking its hooks in you
No, it's lacking something. I'm not saying it's lacking Batman. There's plenty of people that can do that. But the gameplay of what was there seems to not be there now, and I'm not sure that it's going to be something I will enjoy. It is. It's not a games of service, or at least they keep saying that. They haven't revealed that aspect to it, but the more I look at it, just like I said, and the more I look at Suicide Squad, which is Rocksteady's next game, the more I'm like, I wish one of you would have just made another Batman game. It could have been you, Montreal, or it could have been you, Rocksteady. That's fine. I just wish one of you would have done it. I figured with Rocksteady going Suicide Squad route, Montreal would go Batman route, which they did, but they did this Gotham Knights thing, and they're trying to do their own. Warner Brothers was, I'm sure, pushing them to be like, we're not going to tell Rocksteady what to do, but we're going to tell you guys what to do. Make this make money.
Yeah.
But after it's bought, like a games as service thing. And it could end up being Suicide Squad's the same way. I don't know. But the more I see of it, the more I'm like, I just wanted another one of these. Just give me another one of those.
I think
being a Batman game.
Yeah, I think for me, maybe like a yearly game might be too much.
I don't need it yearly. I really don't.
Because I think about the Call of Duty, right? How they would swap out between Infinity Ward and Treyarch, and every
don't
year
need that at all.
And it got to be too much where I'm like, I don't care anymore. About
I don't need that at all.
yeah, maybe like, go have a little time to give people like, oh yeah, I missed that. Let me get. Then you're like, hey, we got you covered. Here you go. As opposed like, every year you're gonna get like back in the day you get an Assassin's Creed and it was trash, or Call of Duty and it was like, man, the same thing. So like maybe have a little bit of break to give people like that hype back and that nostalgia maybe, or I don't know.
Well, a lot of people nitpicked the video. It was about a 15-minute video of gameplay from Gotham Knights, and it was narrated by some of the developers talking about why they're doing what they're doing and that sort of thing. And traversal seems to be very strange. Each character in the game has their own way of traversal through the city. The weird thing about that is that Arkham City put in Catwoman. And they made her. They gave her traversal that sticks with her.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. That's how she moved around the city, just as well as Batman did.
The character.
Yeah, it totally did. I think Arkham Knight had a few others that you could play as. I don't remember, but
I want to say Red Hood.
Yeah. Because there was the Batgirl had her own DLC.
Batgirl DLC. Then you had Red Hood.
He had his
Robin,
DLC. Robin had his.
Batman, and was there anyone else? Joker, Harley?
Maybe Harley.
Harley, yeah.
May have been her.
Maybe Harley, yeah.
But still, they figured out what the traversal should be for those characters, and it wasn't overcomplicated. It was just on par with what you had with the main character, that being Batman. The traversal in Gotham Knights is just, at least for the two characters that they showed off, which was Nightwing and Red Hood. Or was it Red Robin? Yum. I don't know. I think it was Red Hood. Who was in there?
I'm looking at a clip on YouTube right now, and correct me if I'm wrong, but is Robin teleporting?
Robin is not teleporting. Nightwing has some glider that he pulls out of his Bugs Bunny pocket. You know how...
His dimensional pocket.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Where it's just like, oh, here's this glider I was holding on to, and it lets him move across the city. Red Hood... Red Hood has something called Soul Jump. It's some stupid way that we talked about how
let me look back. Wait,
Assassin's Creed had limitations, so James uses the reference of paint it red to you just make it obvious. And then work it into what the situation is. So Assassin's Creed had issues where you can't go beyond this point. And so they gave you a wall. Well, the reason they came up with that wall is because it's attached to your memory of your character in the game, and you can't go there. Yeah. So
it explains the invisible walls.
Explains why that's there. So apparently they had to come up with a reason as to why they put this jumping mechanic in for him, and it's something about the fact that he's been resurrected from the dead, and he uses the souls of spirits to jump across the city. It's the stupidest thing. And I realize we're talking about comic books, so why even go over it that way? But to look at the previous games and say they figured it out without having it be any kind of convoluted or look silly and stupid, the way it looks, trust me, you saw what he's like hopping on these little green pad things. I don't know. It's weird.
So if that was in a different game that wasn't Arkham based, its own IP, its own thing, we could probably like, oh, okay, because that's known in that world. That's the thing for this world. Whereas this has the preconceived, ideas, notions, and world building.
Right, it's been done,
Batman,
and they did it fine before. Why are you making it different here? So, I don't know, but
yeah, if this wouldn't have been an Arkham game, or
what they're doing is obviously because you can play co-op up to how many players I don't know. I think it's just 2, but there's 4 different characters you can play as in the game, and I don't know if each character has their own play through in the story, or if you switch it out, because if you're playing the single player, how does it work? I don't know. We don't know any of that yet. But the fact that you can have co-op means that everybody has to keep up with everybody else. So if Batman's glide, which he's not in this game, but I mean, if you've got one character who can move swiftly across, your other characters need to be able to keep up with that. And why they didn't just give him a motorcycle or some other ability than this stupid...
Which is easier, making a motorcycle and developing for that, or just giving him a teleport?
They already have it in there because Batgirl drives a motorcycle, so why not? Why not give that to him? Because they don't want to repeat traversal mechanics?
I guess so.
I suppose. I don't know. Soul jumping, whatever.
Give him a lightsaber that spins and he could do a helicopter with.
I'm way going off on a rant only for the fact that I'm going
to say again, it looks like Robin is teleporting in this thing. Robin. Now, Robin, maybe some.
I don't know. You'd have to show. I'd have to look. I'd have to see what you're looking at.
It's some 5-minute premiere thing with Gotham Knights.
Oh, that was probably the original reveal like a year or so ago. Mm-hmm. This one would have been more recent. It's like a 15-minute video of Nightwing and Red Hood. I believe it's Red Hood. Maybe. No, it's not Robin. I don't think so. Anyway, regardless, we're going to take a break. When we come back, more of in-game chat. Here's music that we talked about that game from earlier, Citizen Sleeper. This is called Signal Haze. We'll be right back with more of in-game chat after this. Back to in-game chat. Music here from a game called Godhood.
Is it like Populous?
I have no idea.
Yeah.
The name of this track is called Anthem.
Well, update. I saw the recent Gotham Knights gameplay you were talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from now, because it does look a little sluggish compared to the Batman.
Yeah,
Arkham
the thing about it is, if the gameplay
yeah.
works, I won't care.
Yeah.
There's a couple of things that can work. Like the story can work, the gameplay can work, and I can forgive a lot when those two things click, either with each other or even just on their own.
Yeah,
I can forgive a lot of other things about it if it's got a good story or if it's just got really great gameplay.
Yeah, if the game is fun. Yeah.
Sometimes, I mean, we've talked about it before, but sometimes in we get tired of Destiny, but we would jump in there because the shooting just
on point,
just really good. Felt so good. The shooting in that just really, they really nailed that. Bungie's always nailed that. It's one of the draws from multiplayer in Halo that we enjoyed so much. So, you can have a lot of faults, but if you can nail parts of the game like gameplay or story, which are my two big ones there, it doesn't even have to look good. It doesn't have to have amazing graphics or whatever to pull me in. No. Vampire Survivors is nothing but 8-bit, but it's got a great gameplay hook to it. It's also $3.
Yeah, make the game fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that should be one of the first and foremost things about making your video game. Is it fun to play?
Yeah.
It's fun to play. You got Got most of your work done. Most of your work done right there.
We've only got about 15 minutes. Let's go to Josh, who is in the Discord there. Hey, Josh, you got us?
Hey there.
Hello.
It's so great hearing people on Discord. It sounds so wonderful. Because he's from where are you? Germany?
Germany.
Yeah.
Yep.
V Gates.
And it sounds fine.
Sehr gut.
In the room.
Yeah. I know. It's
Sounds in
just
the
great.
room.
It's
Yeah.
real good. And it saves him so much money in making a phone call.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's going on with you, man?
Not much. Just got home from a tabletop RPG session
what'd you
in
play?
person again.
Matt wants to know what you played.
Pathfinder.
Okay.
Okay. Nice.
Not familiar. I've heard of it,
It's-
yes, but I'm not familiar with anything about it.
It's basically what people made after they weren't happy with D&D 4th edition.
Oh,
okay.
all right.
How long do those sessions normally go?
Since we only tend to meet up once a month, it's 5 to 6 hours per session.
Wow.
Okay.
That's
What
a
time?
lot.
Well, what time is it over there right now?
It's nearing 1 a.m.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. So I can see how
goodness.
you got home. Yeah.
That's a lot of Cheetos and Mountain Dew.
Man.
Lots of Mountain Dew and cheese, exactly.
I was about to say Red Bull at this point.
Yeah.
So what's on your mind, man? What you been playing?
I've been playing more Elden Ring. I've been playing Curse of the Dead Gods because it's in PlayStation Plus,
How is that?
and it's fun. It's a more deliberate and slow Hades, basically.
I may need to log in. I don't think I've signed on to my PlayStation this month to grab those games. I may need to do that.
Better hurry. The month is almost over now.
I know. Yeah, I should do that. I should definitely do that.
I kept hearing about Hades. I never looked into it, but
It's on
anybody
Game Pass. I downloaded it. Still haven't played
Yeah.
it.
Again, but anyway, people talk about Hades and they raved about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're having a good time with it.
It's won awards enough to warrant the rave. The praise that it's gotten. It's got enough awards to kind of put it in that position there. So yeah. Anything else you've been playing? Obviously, are you still doing Elden Ring? Or are you done with that?
I'm still doing it. I'm playing a second playthrough with the second character. I'm not too much into the New Game Plus thing of this game,
Yeah.
because it's basically giving you nothing besides a little more difficulty. You don't get any special items you only can find in later iterations.
I mean, New Game Plus anyway, it was basically just more in this case more runes than normal. I mean, it picks up every time, but in terms of item wise, yeah, it's going to be the same items in the same location. Really, New Game Plus is just for difficulty and more runes to kick you up to that next level, to get you in the 400s levels of stuff. Unless you were one of the folks who was fortunate enough to find that AFK method before the patch came, that got folks really rocketed up in level early in the game.
Yeah, the AFK method people are using right now is pretty heinous, actually.
Yeah.
We just leave.
Yeah, but I mean, before the first patch came out, it was like defeating Starscourge Radon and then finding that catacomb near his boss battle, and it was like a bunch of knights just beating the blank out of each other, and if you were in the general vicinity, you would get the runes from their battle. So what folks would do would just
sit there and
find that
their
room,
way,
sit
yeah.
there, go to work, 9 hours, come back home, and now you got 2.5 million runes. 2.5 million runes. Like, well,
right.
that's it. Yeah. So they just level up their character that way, lather, rinse, repeat. And
Wow.
then the patch came out and they fixed it. So
yeah, and now the AFK method involves PvP, which is pretty terrible.
yeah, I think what is it like involving someone like invade and hide or something like that, or
Yeah,
something.
you basically sit down somewhere where the invader can't get because they don't get a horse in PvP, and they pretty much just have an impossible time to find you, and the blue phantoms that spawn in if you get invaded, that are also other players, they kill the invaders, and you get runes for the dying invaders, and basically just sit somewhere and farm runes that way.
Yeah, I think some folks got really tired of that, and they said they spent their time away from the story. I just want to go hunt AFKers right now. I really just want to hunt. I just want to hunt those guys right now. Yeah. And they find themselves in getting in all types of various locations around that they never thought about going to find these folks and then take them out and be done with it.
I mean, interesting gameplay.
For me, I'm just doing the bird at Mogwin's Coliseum. Just take time shooting him over and over again. I mean, most of the time most times he falls off, and I get like 11,000 to 17,000 runes per kill. But it's working for me so far.
Hey, it's the way to go, basically.
Yeah,
Josh, you were talking about PS Plus earlier because of the game that was on there, and I realized that I hadn't brought up. They issued a list of some of the games that are going to be available to you on the middle and top tiers of the PlayStation Plus Premium plus thing, whatever they're calling it. And so the middle tier is looking better and better. And now they have added Ubisoft Plus. So whereas Microsoft got EA Play when you were a Game Pass subscriber, PlayStation Plus subscribers, at least Ubisoft. middle tier or higher, I believe, will get Ubisoft Plus.
Okay.
And we'll have access to a bunch of the Assassin's Creed games, a bunch of the Far Cry games,
the Crew,
all of the, so that was a neat little addition to it. That was kind of nice to have that thrown in on top of it. Josh, are you going to be upgrading? What are you going to do with yours?
Right now I'll stick with the basic because I'm kind of still not 100% sure about a potential job situation. I don't want to jinx it, so I'm not going to elaborate too much. But right now I'll be sitting on the basic and see how it evolves and grows before I decide to go deeper.
Lethal Migraine wants to point out that it's some Ubisoft Plus, not all of Ubisoft Plus.
Okay.
So select games from the Ubisoft Plus library, I think will be available to you through that deal. So
for the mid tier,
for the mid and higher
top tier would get a little more than the mid tier.
No. You'd still be in there.
Regardless.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The top tier you want for the PlayStation Classics, I think.
No.
That are available. I know, right? That's an interesting way that they frame that.
I've still got the games that they've got on the PlayStation Classics, by the way. So no.
Yeah.
And then the titles you mentioned, on console, yeah. And then the titles you mentioned from Ubisoft was like Assassin's Creed. I gave it a shot, didn't really get into it. Far Cry is the same way. Maybe the Crew, but I got a lot of other racers that I can get into as well.
Did you ever do Watch Dogs?
No. Didn't get into the Watch Dogs either. So,
wait a second. It says, Ubisoft today announced it will bring its Ubisoft Plus subscription service to PlayStation in the future. This service includes more than 100 games from the publisher, including its latest titles and add-on content. It's already available on PC, Stadia, blah, blah, blah. But like the PlayStation arrival, it remains undated. In addition to the future offering, Ubisoft also said it will incorporate a smaller version of the service. Oh, there we go. A smaller version of the service into PlayStation Plus subscriptions. Okay, so they're bringing the full Ubisoft Plus to PlayStation for you to subscribe to if you want to. Mm-hmm. They will bring a smaller version of it to people who subscribe to the Plus PlayStation Plus middle and upper tiers there. So that's what it was.
Okay.
The full one is going to be available on PlayStation now, which is interesting because they never would do that with EA. With EA Play and everything else, they never would do that for some reason. I guess I don't know what Sony's thought is. Like, we can't have somebody else's subscription service on top of our subscription service. That can't, if they're on their machine, they need to be playing our games. Mm-hmm. If they're gonna, I guess that's their rationale for it. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I don't know. Maybe
I don't ever try to figure them out.
I don't know.
Anyway.
Maybe someone did some number crunching and looked at profits and see what the potential was. Either made their best possible decision, I guess.
Yeah. I don't think so.
But all those changes had to be made anyway. Since Game Pass came out anyway.
I think it's more to do with whatever Sony's got again, because Sony was the holdout on crossplay with a lot of games. Because I guess they thought it would lose revenue from it or something. I'm not sure. I don't know what their deal was with that. And if I don't know where they got those numbers from that people would, if you have crossplay, then sure, they're going to be buying games that have crossplay, but they'll be playing it on. If you don't allow it, they're just going to go to the console where their friends are and play it there. Mm-hmm. And you're not going to make any money because they're not playing on your system. They're not going to be buying whatever in-game money from your store that you get a cut of. Mm-hmm. So why not be open so that, you can have more people on your system? I don't know. I don't get it. But I never tried to understand them anyway. Not Sony, especially not Square Enix.
Yeah.
Is Square Enix ever going to be satisfied?
With the games that they want to be satisfied with the games that matter to them.
I was talking about the numbers wise. Seems like no number of sales will make them happy.
Western sales for sure.
Exactly. That's the
I
thing.
Think about when Tomb Raider, when the remake came out, it sold a lot, and they're like, "Nah, it didn't sell enough." I'm like, "That sold over."
Yeah, that's what I mean. Stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
But hey, they have their crypto now, so they'll be fine.
Yeah, I know. That was like the day after. It was like, hey, we're getting into NFTs. And then the day after that, it was like, oh, NFT market tanks. and then what was it this week? We had the big crypto crash this week?
Something like that,
yeah. So, yeah.
Oh, well.
Very,
Also, one more snippet of good news I can offer for you guys.
Yeah,
I made Twitch affiliate.
Hey!
Mm-hmm.
So basically, I can get money with streaming at this point.
Nice, man. Congrats. You just got to do it all the time, right?
Yeah. I mean, if I really want to live off of it, that's pretty much impossible at this point with how saturated it is. But hey, getting a game or two out of it every month would be very swag.
Well, man, it was good hearing from you. You go get some rest.
Absolutely.
You get some rest. We're going to go and have a great week. We're going to be back in 2 weeks. But thanks so much for jumping in on Discord and talking with us today.
Great talking to you.
You're welcome. Anytime.
All right, man. Take care
now.
Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.
Mm-hmm. That is going to wrap it up for us. We have to go. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Matt, thanks for coming in.
My pleasure.
Kyle, thanks for calling. Chris, thanks for calling. Josh, thanks for joining us on Discord there. Everybody in the chat room as well. Just to get a long list here. The Wendigo, Ninja Bibs, Abjul, AC Wraith, another TV viewer, A10, Batman Brian, Commander Root, Drunk Degenerates, Evans, Extra More, Feet. Feet is the name.
Just Feet.
Jihadi Moon, Lethal Migraine, Nabokov Fan, Retrode, and Stephen Van Dam. Thank you guys for being there today, as well as all the other times you guys show up. Have a fantastic week. We really appreciate it. Join us on Discord. Join us on YouTube. Join us on iTunes. All that stuff is available. Just go to our website, ingamechat.net. Scroll to the bottom, and you can find out all the ways to join up with us and talk to us as well. Here is music from a game called Source of Madness. The name of this track is called The Moon. We will see you in 2 weeks for more In-Game Chat. Bye, everybody.